Good morning. Morning, everybody. Hope you're well. Let me know if I'm coming through okay and you can hear my microphone and not my background music or something. Either put it in here or in the YouTube chat. I just literally got an email back from Discord that is supposed to be helping me fix the problem. So hopefully that'll be done by tomorrow, although I'm not the big thanks, Martin. Appreciate that, mate. I'm not the best technical guy, so hopefully I'll be able to do it myself. But I prefer, I don't know whether you guys prefer this. Let me know if you do. Morning, Amira. Hope you're well. Good to see you back, Amira. Great to see you. I don't know whether you guys prefer this, but I kind of like Discord because I can see you on stream and kind of talk to you a bit more directly. But anyway, hopefully it will be sorted by tomorrow. I actually thought it was a problem with the UAE because Andrew didn't have the same issue as me. But anyway, let's see. Right, another relatively quietish. I'm not really sure if quiet is the best word, but not a lot on the watch list today in terms of trading. Let's get into it. Firstly, let's look at this Litecoin trade because we're in it, or I'm personally in it. We did have a slight push on yesterday on this 4-hour chart into this area. Now, I did say I could potentially look for breaks of here. I don't think it's quite ready yet, to be honest with you. I don't really see a nice pattern here. Possibly if we'd gotten this area tag this here to come through here, then that would look a little bit nicer. But for a breakout here, I don't think I'm gonna. The context isn't quite there. So 4-hour perspective and daily perspective is good. Yeah, I prefer Discord as well, Martin. It's good. We're getting kind of sellers coming in here. The only issue I worry about on this 4-hour chart is, are we potentially losing momentum? Now, I don't think that's a likely scenario right now. As I said, the daily is good. Look at this evening star on the daily. We're getting the volume here. We're not really interested in looking at this trade on anything less than a 4-hour, but even if you do, it does kind of look okay, right? So if you look at it on the hourly, which again, I don't recommend for a daily chart trade, looks like it's impulse corrective and then pushing right down. So basically where we started, and hopefully get some movement soon. There is supposed to be news out tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow from Biden regarding something to do with crypto. I'm not sure if it's regulations or sanctions or something like that, but something is supposed to come out from Biden tomorrow. I'll have a look at that after stream, which may or may not affect the crypto market. Let's wait and see. Okay, SPX today is falling. I don't think I'm going to be right with my ABC call here. However, that's okay. Again, I'm not trading it. I did put some money into the SPX investment-wise down here. It continues to go down, fine. I'll put a little bit more money in. No problem to me. But from a risk sentiment, I know I put neutral on my watch list, but it should be risk off today with how this market is falling back to that 20. So it looks more like this rather than our ABC, although, that's okay. Looking for breaking through of this wick to confirm that downside movement. And markets could tumble. If we see a breakthrough this area, we could see, I know there's panic in the markets already, but we could see a decent additional drop in this market because of, we've had our pullback. From a technical perspective, downtrending, maybe we get a slight reaction here, but something like this for continuation of this possible channel here would now make more sense. So certainly for me, risk off. That's what the recent candle is saying. And buying the yen, buying the Swiss against the commodities makes sense. However, are we seeing that as much? Let's have a look. I always look at AJ as kind of a good guide of what's happening. So we're seeing a lot of this on some daily charts, right? NZD, USD, Euro NZD against these Kiwi pairs, against the Aussies, right? Most of them are actually inverted hammers, which is obviously a bearish sign, i.e. hammer bars that look like this, showing that maybe this movement is coming to an end. Now, again, you've got to say it's still an uptrending environment, so it could be pullback at the moment. But in terms of confluence with that risk sentiment, maybe you're getting a little bit of more efficient price action with that risk sentiment. So moving up here when the SPX is kind of falling, things aren't great, and we're getting the Aussie yen pushing up. That for me is kind of a little bit inefficient. But after these bars, there is some confluence there, and if we look at Euro NZD, which is on the watch list today, like you can look at it down here, we've had a massive move to the downside. Massive. I know the Euro's been weak, Kiwi's been strong, etc. But this is basically what I'm talking about. So for counter trend trades, that I've got 2 of on my watch list, the confluence is there, and that's all I need. You know, if I get a setup in the 30-minute, this is all I need for a counter trend trade. I'm happy to take it because the extent of this move. Now, before I get into the watch list, in the dollar, there's something else I wanted to go through. I don't know who's actually in the room here. This is why I don't like it. I've got 5 people. Okay. So, GA. This was a mistake by me. Absolute mistake by me. I was going to talk about it yesterday, but I didn't do that. So, if you remember me talking about GA, I know it's very easy in hindsight, right? It's always easy. I'm not annoyed with myself, but this is a mistake. I don't going to, get tell myself too down. But, I made one where I said, this is probably a little bit too large a risk reward for me to take this trade, right? Now, the reason why I said that, and again, this is where this is so important, right? This is so important because if you remember GN and USD NOK, the 2 trades before. So what happened with this trade? Do we remember? I don't know if people here probably remember if it's the usual lot. What happened with GN? You can put it on Discord or on YouTube, whatever's easier for you. I'm looking this way and this way, thinking, where's the comments going to come from? But what happened with GN? Nobody remember? We missed our TP1. Oh, Silver's there. Yeah, correct. So we missed our TP1 by probably 1 or 2 pips. Bearing in mind, this was a 100 pip stop on GN. I'll go back to it in a second. And then it came up and obviously took us out for break even. Right, fine, no problem. We then lost USD NOK. But USD NOK is irrelevant here. It's this GN where I thought we had quite a large stop and we got took out for, if we'd hit that TP1, in retrospect, we would have had a break-even trade anyway, but that at that point in time was different when we're looking at GA. So I was looking at GA thinking, well, we've got another 100 pipper. I'm remembering what happened here. So again, psychology comes into it. I make mistakes, and again, this is easy in hindsight, but that's a trade I should take. So what I did, right, I have this. I wrote it down in my diary. It's not so, again, we are always going to make mistakes, and I'm not here to tell you I'm perfect, because I ain't. And the good thing, it's not like it's a losing trade. The good thing about this is it shows the power of the setup, right? From here, A, B, C, push on. Like looking in hindsight is always very easy. But I've wrote it down in here and say, remember, Ryan, you got to stick to your strategy no matter what. So there was a little bit of a lapse in concentration because of what happened previously. So again, emotional aspect. But I didn't lose any money. We always improve as we go along, even now, 7 years later. Write it down in this diary. I can look back at it and remember, do you know what? I did that before, and I missed out on a big trade because of it. Because I was scared. I was essentially scared of having a stop too large and not hitting my TP because of what happened with GN. So it's just funny how it all continues to work as we go on. Anyway, that was GA. You live and you learn. Okay, USD ZAR is the first one. Actually, I'll go into the dollar first. I know this is a little bit all over the place today, but we'll go into the dollar, and the dollar's strong. It's continuing to push. The daily does look a little bit climactic for me now. Certainly, it did yesterday. Don't like this price action. 20 period extended. Would I be comfortable buying the dollar right now? No, I probably wouldn't. I don't think I'd be massively comfortable buying the dollar just yet, possibly on a pullback for me personally. And then continuation, yes, would make sense. Do I want to pick a top in it, though? No, I don't. The dollar is moving in a way we haven't seen for quite some time. Years even. And do I want to pick a top in it? As I said, no. So I would maybe go with that dollar strength, possibly waiting on these smaller time frames for setups today. we are maybe looking like, I mean, we're getting price action like this, which we haven't had in a little bit of time. So maybe we do need a slight pullback. But yeah, I'll be looking at small time frames if you got a setup in it. I would still be happy saying buying it against the Kiwi, against the Aussie right now. But I would just be wary of it, just because of how it's moved recently. So DXY up, but potential pullback. Okay, USAR. I was looking short, but I don't think after my scan, I wanted this to touch this area here. It's not done that yet, and this push is probably taking it away from me. So I was looking at this, reversal back in, breakout, retest, move to the downside, but it looks as if this is going away now. However, there is a potential there, right? Potential here for a V reversal. Pullback, breakout, retest, move to the upside on USAR. I'm just going to continue to watch that because of that move that's happened recently. Let's forget about that for now, USAR. Euro NZD, very same as Omar. Euro NZD. As I said here, we've got a confluence with that daily chart for a counter trend move. The 4 hour doesn't look as nice. You know, it looks to be in this. Obviously, we're going against the grain. We'd rather be selling it than buying it. But we can still look at counter trend trades. From this area, yeah, I mean, it does be. I mean, it's don't catch a falling knife, right? Don't catch a falling knife. I just wouldn't be massively comfortable with it, to be honest with you. So here's the setup. We got our slight head and shoulders within our cup with handle. So 1, 2, 3, which is good. It didn't push on here. Maybe possibly pull back to that 20 for a breakout retest. The good thing about this is our previous swing is quite tight. Okay, so our risk reward would be quite good because we can't take a risk reward or a trade, which has obviously less than 1-to-1 before that 200, which this probably won't have. So this setup, this context is nice. Higher time frame confluence is there. 4 hour ain't as great, but with counter trends, you're not going to get everything you want. So yeah, if that breaks out retest, is something that we could look at. Breakout retest essentially here for movement back to the upside as part of that potential daily pullback in the Euro NZD, which does again with our risk sentiment. I know the Euro's weak. Obviously fundamental reasons why the Euro's weak as well, but the idea of selling that Kiwi right now for me does make sense. So Euro NZD potential longs. And NZD USD, I know I said I'm not comfortable with the dollar, but I'm comfortable selling the Kiwi. Notice this on the daily chart as well. Up to this area. Big inverted hammer on slightly increasing volume. Gives you your confluence for a potential counter trend trade. I don't think this context is as nice as Euro NZD. I don't like the fact that we've done this, for me, from this basing structure. But you can still call it the same thing, a head and shoulders within our cup with handle. Basing structure. With what's happened the last half an hour. Remember, London does open up in about 15 minutes. With this particular bar, I don't know if I like this anymore, to be completely honest. You know, if we come up and we retest it here, but within our retest, I don't want to see anything that gives me the opposite view. And this is also coming on a decent bit of volume and engulfer here above that area. So I think this has probably ruined that breakout retest for me, to be completely honest, with a potential pullback in that dollar. And the 4 hour here was better. You know, notice this looking more like a V reversal to the downside rather than a pullback retest of this area. But we might be getting reactionary support here. So yeah, I think that last half an hour is probably taking that away from me. But that's okay. I don't need to take a trade. So Euro NZD is the main one for me today, I think. And obviously we'll see what Litecoin does throughout the day. Another relatively quiet one. Anything else you guys want me to look at? Omar, I'll go into yours as well. What I would actually prefer to happen is if we do get this 20 catch up down here, a little bit of reload into that area for a breakdown. Again, not a breakout context for me. I don't particularly like it, but it would look pretty good in terms of our trade and certainly a break and close underneath this area. for Litecoin, but we'll see. We'll see. I think Omar had a question, right? Oh, sorry, I'm not looking at my Discord. This is annoying. You and I talked a bit about the other day, these commodity pairs like Aussie, New Zealand CAD. You still think these pairs are going to the upside against the Euro USD, or stay out of it for us beginners? I don't think you're a beginner, Martin. So stay out of it. I mean, I just go with the same kind of thing, right? We'll go with what we see, not what we think, because this shouldn't really be happening for me personally. So that's what I would say. Go with what you see, not what you think. Try take that noise of the fundamental stuff going on out of it. It just makes things a lot easier. You know, look at this. Have we gone to the end of our tether here with people buying the the Aussie yen, Aussie Swiss? Is the money going to come back into that safe haven assets because stocks are wobbling? Stock market is down. Risk sentiment, is certainly risk off. So I would rather be putting my money into the yen, into the Swiss, and into that dollar against the Kiwi and the Aussie. But we've not been seeing it because we still got to call this a potential pullback. We're above the 200, we're above the 20 here. I'm just giving this chart as an example. So it's that disconnect for me personally. It's that disconnect. But don't sell yourself short, mate. You're not a beginner. But yeah, trade what you see, not what you think. And that's what I think the best way to approach this market is. Just stick to your strategy. I know that's kind of ironic for me to say because I didn't do it on GA, but whatever, that's fine. Omar, so you had Euro Yen as well. Euro Yen. So the only thing I didn't like about Euro Yen, I had a look at it before, is my level here is slightly different. So I think it's a little bit messy. It's not as nice as Euro NZD. Well, actually, it's actually not bad, But Euro Yen, the context is okay. Okay, I'll give you that. The context in the 1 hour is okay. It's not valid for me on the 30-minute because of this. So for me, that on the 30-minute is not valid. You could look here, though. If we've got an ABC, Euro Yen, then roughly at this area. But, I mean, that might be okay for the 30-minute chart. The only thing is the context, the higher time frames, what's getting us in right now? Is that getting us in? It's more of a doji candle. Yes, I understand we're a little bit extended, but not so as much as that, the Kiwi pairs and as the two Kiwi pairs. In the 4 hour, again, just looks to be we're in this. And I know the other two are the same, but we've kind of got that reason to enter with our daily hammer bars, which we don't really have here. So yes, I don't mind it in terms of context. I don't mind it. I just don't think we have higher time frame confluence as much as with the Euro NZD pairs or with the NZD pairs, and also the idea of selling that yen. Do I really like that either? Not right now. So that's why in my personal watch I had the Kiwi against the Euro and the Kiwi against the dollar, but I didn't have this because higher time frames wasn't there to really get me in. That RTE wasn't really there. But I don't mind it. I don't mind it. And I think that's it, guys and girls. Anything else you guys want me to look at? So look at a few ideas we've got here. It's been I have to say, quite boring. And from a technical perspective, for me, been quite boring recently. I wish it would be action all the time, certainly from my personal trading style, but I do want some action. I would do want some action. Pound New Zealand to the downside, Pound New Zealand. Yeah, I like that kind of. NZD CAD to the downside. Let's have a look at NZD CAD. NZD CAD. I mean, you have this here. You are above that 200 though. NZD CAD to the downside. I presume you're looking something like this, Martin. Your V reversal here. You could get your A, B, potential coming down for C for movement back to the upside. Remember, it is counter trend. So the path of least resistance is to the upside, possibly a reaction off that 20. In saying that, do I think this is enough to digest this impulse? No, I don't yet. I think it needs a little bit more, in which case a counter trend move to the downside or catching some pips on that pullback. If it fits your setup, yep, makes sense. But just be aware it is counter trend. It is counter trend. Euro USD 15 minute. Euro USD. Euro USD. Which way are you looking? Silver? Here? There? You looking there? Let me move this up here. Down at this area that I've identified here. 15 minute. Head and shoulders. 10849. 10849. Yeah, roughly there. Yeah. I like with this. I mean, the smaller time frames support it. I mean, obviously, going with that trend. I just worry if it's ready to move yet. You know, from here. I just don't know if this is enough. We may see some rangy price action over the next few days because of the extent of the moves that we have had. So, yeah, I mean, it could move down. It could move down, mate. I just don't know if you get a lot out of it, but I mean, let's see. Where are we on the daily? Yeah, maybe. I just don't like where it is on the 4-hour daily. I know you're saying 15 minutes, so you can probably make your risk reward possibly down to here, right? But I just don't like where it is, silver, to be honest with you. Don't like where it is. You've got a slight fake out here. I mean, yeah, like I said, I mean, the smaller time frames look okay. I'll give you that. The smaller time frames look okay. I just think for me, it may need another day or two. I mean, it may need, a proper pullback on this daily chart. It may need something like this before you go down to the downside. And, but let's see. Let's see. Like I said, I've just got to, I know. There's just nothing much. And I know you're probably getting close to where you've got to make a trade, right? If you're getting close to your FTMO expiry. So I understand it. That you've got to find something from somewhere, right? I think, I mean, even Bitcoin there is I mean, what else? I think Euro NZD would be your best place to start, to be honest with you. So look at the 15. You took silver. When is your FTMO over? When's your FTMO finished, silver? Three days. You didn't. What do you mean you didn't, silver? Does the FTMO cut you out if you hit all 4 objectives in a week, or you must keep trading? What do you mean, Martin? So if you make your 10%, this is in your challenge, you've got to close your positions. So as soon as you get to, let's say, if you're doing the 50 grand, if you get to 5,000,001, just take everything off. So from my mind, it's got to be manual to close those trades. But also, you need to have 10 days minimum trading. right? So what I do is I just do 0.01 trades. So for example, if let's say you passed it in 4 days, you made your 10% or whatever, you just go and do 0.01, right? I do this, and then I close the trade. So I just go here, close the trade, and that adds an extra day onto my minimum 10 trades. That's all I do. Yesterday you saved it. I'm a bit confused, Silver. So you're up in your FTMO, you're down in your FTMO. You took gold. Gold long, I presume, right? Yesterday it was 2% down, but you've, yeah. So, I mean, the thing is, like, FTMO gives us hard things to do, right? They make no mistake. 10% a month is difficult. It will happen from time to time. 10% a month is difficult. So, you know, they kind of play us, and, you know, for me, it took so long. Oh, brilliant, mate. Well done. Great to hear, Silver. Free repeat is secured. Secure the bag. So I'm like, well, I'm going to play your system then, you know. Give me 0.01 trades, and I'm perfectly happy to do that, you know. Ready for the free repeat. Good, man. That is what we want to see. Well done, Silver. Hopefully, Ash. I'm not sure if Ash you're here, if you're getting on well. But a free repeat, it's just starting again, right? It just starts again. So it doesn't matter. You got plenty, all the time in the world. All the time in the world. All right, guys. As I said, another quiet day, unfortunately. And there's nothing we can do about it. Let's go let retail lose their money. I'm not interested in giving my broker, or FTMO, actually doesn't really make sense. I'm not interested in losing any money right now. I'm happy with the trade I've got on. Possibly that Euro NZD breakout retest. I do like it. I think it would be worth a trade. Oh, Doge, yeah. Let's have a look at Doge. I like that, you know. I should have added it to my charts. I was looking for were you looking for a 4-hour breakout retest? Here we go, Doge. So you entered here, right? Okay, I get you. Volume coming in. I mean, I couldn't have taken this because for me, I like 5 bars, but good, well done. Well done, my man. That's what I like to see. Okay, guys, have a great day. I'll be around Discord, and as I said, hopefully it gets a little bit more interesting soon. Some trending markets is where we make some money. Have a great day. I just need 1 hour. Yeah, okay, I get you. Have a great day, guys, and I'll see you all in the morning. Hopefully, I'll be back on Discord so I can see actually who's in my room. It's easier for me to speak then. Cheers, guys. Peace.